we're doing it again today where we have a group of people. It's a plethora. Actually, have you ever been called a plethora before?
Never.
Well, you just were.
Me too.
So we have Jordan, we have Tyler, we have Cassandra, and Jonathan. I think I got them all right. Right?
You got them all right.
Yay! And these guys are better known as the Railers, as the crowd goes wild. Hi, guys.
Or the plethoras.
Or the plethoras. You're going to change your name now, aren't you? I'm going to start seeing that.
Yep.
Yeah. The plethoras, previously known as the Railers. Like Prince, you know. He was previously known as something else. I don't know what the heck. Anyway, thanks, guys, for joining the show. I'm so glad to have the opportunity to talk to all four of you. This is so exciting.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, man. Hey, we're all about the country here, so I like to, interview as many artists as possible. And over the year and a half, I've had the opportunity to interview some really cool people who are in the boat of just getting started with maybe only one or two tunes out, and then some classic artists that have been around for decades, literally decades in the country music industry.
Sure.
But then, we have people like you guys who are been in it for a while now. You got your boots dirty, you kind of setting your ways, getting your line going, and, steering the horse in the right direction or whatever you want to call it. But you guys got some great music out there, and I think we're going to feature some of those tunes to give people a listen. We also have a couple CDs we're going to give away a little bit later that you guys were generous enough to send me. And I know my listening audience is going to be excited about that. But why don't we take a quick step back and one of you tell a little story about how the four of you actually got together. Because I know two of you are brothers, and then there's other two that kind of like, however you managed to create the Railers, and how did you come up with that? Can somebody tell us the story?
Yeah, well, like you said, part of the story started at birth. Jordan and I are brothers, and we grew up playing together, pretty much from when we were big enough to put an instrument in our hands. And we both kind of grew up in Arizona, and we went to college in Arizona and met Cassandra there, and we were all studying music together, and found out pretty quick that we all had the same plan to move to Nashville and get involved in the music industry and just kind of see how far we could take it. And we wound up transferring to Belmont University in Nashville, and that's where we met Tyler, who was in the entrepreneurship and business program. And we all actually just started hanging out before we even had this idea of a band.
Uh-huh.
We were all friends, and the three of us, without Tyler, would go and play gigs and stuff, and Tyler would see us leaving and go, "Hey, you guys need a drummer? Because I'm available." And
in other words, I'm hungry and I want a job.
Yeah. It wound up just becoming who we are now.
Awesome. Now, Cassandra, you were the one who kind of brought Tyler in, though, from what I understand. From the university, you knew him first?
Yeah, we actually, I think, had a marketing class together. And, the first day of school, everybody goes around and tells their name and something unique about them. And I remember Tyler saying that he was really into, Frisbee and bike riding. And I immediately went, oh, he doesn't know it yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be friends with the boys. And then we wound up being in the entrepreneurial club, too. So it all kind of kept using itself together. And whether Tyler likes it or not, we definitely had our eye on him for a while.
Is this news to you, Tyler? Are you just finding this out?
No, I've known for a little while now.
Oh, okay.
No, we actually, he was playing in, everybody individually was playing in other groups. Jonathan was touring with Sarah Evans.
Right.
Jordan was playing fiddle and mando for Josh Turner. And Tyler was out with Circle Slide and a few other acts. And so for about a year, we kept trying to beg him to be in our headshots. We're just like, come on, man, let's make this official. And he had some really great things going on. And so we kind of courted him in a sense.
Nice. So that had to be kind of like a scary thing, though, for you guys to go from kind of getting a paycheck and doing what you were doing with some of these artists, you know, and out there touring with some of these, because those aren't small names. I mean, you're throwing Josh Turner, Sarah Evans, Lori Morgan. You know, you're throwing out some names there, and they're people that are out there doing their thing. That had to be maybe a little bit scary for all of you to sit down, because I read a little something about how you decided to make a contract on a napkin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had sort of, we had sort of like played with the idea of being a band, but we hadn't really committed to it because we did have these good jobs. And so, you know, one day it was sort of like that come to Jesus meeting, you know, where it's like, all right, guys, we either need to do this or we just need to go and make money and live our lives. And so we, you know, at the time we didn't know how kind of reckless it was, but we gave ourselves 6 months to become full-time. And, you know, 6 months later, almost to the day, Jordan actually left Josh's band, and we kind of jumped off, and Sarah invited us out to open up her entire tour, her fall tour that year.
Oh, wow, that had to be fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. What a great start.
Yeah, I mean, to have somebody like that, you know, kind of do some backing work for you and say, hey, hell yeah, you can play for my audience. I mean, come on. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know what's been crazy is every single step of the way, there have been so many amazing artists that have kind of put their name on the line for us. So, you know, it started with Sarah and went on from an Irish act, and then we jumped on with Brett Eldridge, and we did some shows with Dwight Yoakam, and then we just got off the road with Hunter Hayes. We did 2 separate tours with him, and every single time, it just to be able to have that kind of hug, if you will, from those artists and their name behind us has been kind of the fuel that's kept us going. You know, every day, all day, every day.
That's pretty cool. How did you guys come up with the name the Railers? I mean, to me, that's something like trainish, but where did that come from? How did you 4 of you decide on that?
You know, well, 3 of us being kind of having ties to Arizona, there's something about like that whole Western thing that is just cool to us. It's like, you know, you're headed west, you're kind of chasing the sun as it's going down. And the Railers was something that just kind of popped out in the van one day, early morning. And once it came out, you know, you couldn't take it back. It was something that just stuck. We loved it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cool. Now, you guys have also, when you were doing some other stuff, you've actually already, and this is something that a lot of artists aspire to actually get to this, and you guys kind of already have this little notch in your belt. You played at the Grand Ole Opry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I read the whole story about the dress.
Oh, yeah. I was actually just looking at those pictures last night. I found some on my phone, and the story of the dress is like, I grew up always dreaming of stuff like that. My mom would make me my prom dresses and homecoming dresses and all that stuff, and I told my mom, you know, when we debuted at the Opry, that was really important to me to have her make me this dress and pay tribute to the original women of the Opry. And so we designed this dress that's kind of a throwback 1940s look, and it just was the most beautiful dress, and she made it from scratch out in Arizona without me fitting in it, and so she shipped it out to me, and she was so nervous about it. It was just like, Cass, you don't have to wear this dress if it doesn't fit. If you don't like it, just don't do it. And so when I put it on, it was like, you know, that part in Cinderella where the birds are making the dress, and all of a sudden she slips it on, and it's perfect. It was like one of those kind of things. So
that's awesome.
Really special moment.
That. You know what? You know what that is? You know what that is? That's a song. You guys need to write a song about that dress.
I think you might be right.
I think you need to write a song, and you could even do like a video. I think that would be an amazing story.
You think we could train birds to dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hilarious.
I think you could do it. I think. Oh, come on. I mean, people talk about clothing all the time. What is it? Reba and her patch jacket or whatever that is? That song's like becoming huge all of a sudden. I mean, you got a little competition with her, but come on, you guys can put a dress song together.
Hey, she's the queen. She can have the crown. I totally doubt her. She's amazing.
But, yeah, I read that whole story, and I think I was smiling the whole time. I was like, that is such a, like, it almost brings a tear to the eye. That is just such a great, great story, and I was glad that you had it up there so that...
I'll tell you what, I literally, I didn't even ask my mom where she was sitting in the crowd that night because I knew I would just lose it if I...
Oh, if you saw her?
And so, I did, but when we were filming, or when they were putting it, the live feed on radio, I was like, I promise I wouldn't cry. And then I just lost it. So
Aww.
It was definitely a highlight of my year, for sure.
And the guys are like, really? It's just a dress. Get over it, right?
Yeah. The boys have been, the boys have been so sweet about it, and knew it's almost kind of like a prom dress of sorts, but like the most special possible prom dress you could do, because it's a rite of passage. You know, the Grand Ole Opry is so historical, and it's just a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And we got to play at the Ronin, which is the original place of the Opry, so to be able to stand on that floor it just was like icing on the cake. It was so ridiculously amazing, and I sound like I'm gushing and obsessing over it, but it just was so cool. I can't even stop. I just could talk about it for hours.
Just don't ever lose that. Don't ever lose that, though, because that's just what makes all those moments just that much more special. And guys, you're just going to have to deal when when you get your special tie on,
Yeah.
But
we just gave them their first tuxedos.
we're going to have to take a little break, but when we come back, we want to talk about some of your music, and we want to play a couple of your tunes. Can you guys hang in there for a couple minutes to pay some bills?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We're going to be back with more of the Railers, and kind of focus on a little bit of the music that these guys are putting out there, their EP that they have out there, and how you can find them. That's all coming up in just a little bit. So don't go anywhere. More with Cassandra, Tyler, Jonathan, and Jordan of the Railers, or the Plethoras, whatever you want to call it. And we'll be back with them in just a moment right here on Penn Speak Radio. It's all about the country right here on Wall to Wall Country. We're talking with the 4-member group called the Railers. And you guys got some awesome music out there. You're getting some play on some stuff, and we'll talk about your EP in a minute. But one of the songs that I know you guys released as a single that is getting some attention is Kinda Dig the Feeling. So you want to tell us a little bit about that tune?
Oh, yeah. Well, that song was actually one of the very first songs that we had heard when we started looking for songs for our album. And, when we heard the song, we knew that we just needed to find something that captured kind of the energy that we try to bring to a live show. And we heard the song, and it just, has that feeling like you're just going to come off the edge, at any moment. And it's like you're just, tiptoeing on the tightrope. And that was something really appealing to us. And so that was, really the thinking behind kind of putting out that song first, to go, hey, guys, this is us, this is the Railers, and this is what we sound like.
Now, did you guys write this one?
No, this one was actually written by 3 dudes, Jaron Johnston, who is part of the Cadillac 3, and Tom Douglas, and Tyler Bryant.
Okay. You guys do write a lot of your stuff, though. I noticed it on the Geraldine Session CD. All of them, I think, but 3 or 4 of them, you guys actually collaborated on with a couple other people, but mostly you, Jonathan. You were writing most of that stuff.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so you guys...
Writing is important to us. Obviously that's the best way to get kind of your own perspective, your own voice out there. But at the same time, we went into this knowing there are so many amazing, ridiculous songwriters in Nashville. Cassandra and I are writing with 2 amazing writers today. And, it's like those writers, the only outlet that they really have for their music is for other artists to cut them. And, it's like we didn't go in kind of thinking, well, we just have to write everything ourselves. We really wanted just the best songs. And, I'm happy that we can be sort of a voice box for those great songs by those amazing writers. And
real quick, if I want to get to that song, but if people want... Now, I know this song that we're going to play, this first one here, Kinda Dig the Feeling, is not on the Geraldine Session. How do they get their hands on that one?
Well, right now that song is available on iTunes and Spotify.
Okay.
So that's the easiest way to get a hold of it. And that being our first single, it will definitely be on our up-and-coming album.
Okay, you got another one coming out soon?
Hopefully, yeah. We're trying to wrap it up right now.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So if people want to get their hands on it now, though, they can go to probably get through your website or iTunes or any of those guys, electronic downloads that way if they want to get their hands on this one.
Definitely.
Okay, but we've got some other songs also from the Geraldine session that we're going to play, which is awesome, awesome EP, CD, whatever you want to call it, and I listened to a couple of those, and I just love all the sound that you guys have. You've got quite the variety of instruments too. You're very talented. You're in the variety of kind of instruments that you play that bring the different sounds to each song. And that makes them very individual and very different. Is that part of the whole thing that you guys really emphasis on the fact that you have so many different instruments among 4 people?
Yeah, I think that part of our sound comes from using our instruments, but using them in non-traditional ways, like even just hitting the body of the instrument to get different sounds, and just doing things like I play fiddle. And so, using the fiddle to make sounds that aren't normal fiddle sounds to create something that's different. And so we kind of pride ourselves on that, and how that creates this different sound for us.
Makes it unique. And every song, I think...
Yeah, totally.
Every song, every tune, every cut is a little different. And I think part of it is the lyrics can be different and the tempo can be different and, the licks can be different, all that. But each one, you kind of really say, okay, this is this song and this is how we're going to do this one. And then you move on to the next one and it's not going to be an album where people are like, well, every song sounds the same. Unfortunately, artists fall into that trap. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like Jonathan said earlier, just like we try to find the best songs that fit us, whether we write them or not. We really try to prioritize making sure that song has the right sonic sound. You don't want a really grassrootsy acoustic song to have, 10 electric guitar parts. You want to be able to match the vibe of the song with the types of with the ways we play our instruments. So that was really important to us as well on that record.
Cool. All right, well, we're going to throw this one out there. We've got the Railers, kind of dig the feeling. We're going to be back with them in just a minute. If you can hang on just a few minutes more, talk a little bit more about another song that we want to play, and then how you guys can find them, follow them, tweet them, and all that kind of stuff. But we'll be back with more of the Railers in just a moment, and their song, Kind of Dig the Feeling, right here on Wall to Wall Country.
Mexican jail that lost the key. I ain't gonna make bail. That's what it feels like. Oh, and I can't sleep. Oh, I'm in too deep, can't look back, don't look down. Everything is spinning around the ceiling. You slay me, amaze me. I kinda dig the feeling. In a night fight, back to the wall, too late for the leaving, eating them apples in the Garden of Eden. Oh, and I can't sleep. Oh, I'm in too deep, can't look back, don't look down. Everything is spinning around the ceiling. You slay me, amaze me. I kinda dig the feeling. First time I met
we like to hear.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, yeah.
I'm bouncing out of my seat over here, guys. I had to like come back and put my headphones back on. I'm like dancing in the studio.
Sweating by the time you're done with that song.
I know. I'm sure you
Something
are.
Wrong.
Thank goodness my studio has padded walls because I'm like bouncing all over the place in here.
Yeah, last.
But and that's something that's fun about, some of your music. I mean, you span the whole thing there with, you've got those feel good fun songs like that one there that people probably go crazy when you do that live. I mean, are they bouncing all over the place when you're playing it live?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine like this whole crowd just bouncing around. One of the other songs that I listened to that I really liked, that people can get their hands on if they want to hear, it's another fun summer song, is "'Cause It Feels Good." That one I thought was a fun summer song with the same kind of like...
Yeah, that one. We always call that one like our stick your hand out the window on a summer day and just kind of let the adventure take you where it takes you and just kind of chill out.
Yeah, I like that one too. And the other one that comes to mind off the Geraldine session one is Ray-Bans. We've been playing that. Doc played it earlier. That's
Sweet. Thank you.
yeah. He likes that one, and I think the best line is it when he something about taking off your tank top.
Yeah.
You know,
We get a little standard.
he's a Jimmy Buffett fan, so anytime it has drinking, getting naked, he likes it. But that's another fun summer song.
That's definitely one of our favorite summer festival songs to play, and people, they identify with that. It's hot, lots of bikinis going on out in the crowd, so it's it's one of our fan favorites for sure.
The next thing, here's another idea for it. You guys need to get Ray-Bans or cheap imitation ones and get the railers put on the arm and throw them out at the crowd when you sing that song. I think that would be
That's
cool.
a great idea.
And then they could all be wearing their railers Ray-Bans
Oh,
Yeah.
while they're watching.
We're gonna get on that. That's genius.
That's a neat idea. You like that idea? I'm full of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Tired.
plethora, Ray-Ban glasses. I'm full of ideas. But then you have some other songs that are a little bit, not that those aren't heartfelt songs, but you change it up a little bit. And one of the songs that I know we talked about, and I think I like it off the CD, is because Cassandra, you're featured on it, a little something called "Something Borrowed." Is that
Yes.
is that a story from the heart, Cassandra? Where's that one coming from?
That was actually one of the first songs that one of the girls at Warner, our A&R rep, she sent that to us and said, I've never been able to find a group or an artist that I felt like really, truly matched the song. And so she sent it to us, and I remember we're in a small town in Missouri where the boys were born, and Jonathan runs into his aunt's house and says, Cass, you have to listen to this song. And so he played it, and I just was like, oh my gosh, there are going to be so many people, so many women especially, who identify with this type of emotion, and it really cuts to the core. It's one of those truth serum songs where, every woman at some point in their lives questions, does this guy truly, truly love me? Is this for real and forever? And, the doubts of, their last girlfriend or their last, marriage, whatever it is, just really identifies with the heart of a woman, and we all have insecurities with that. So that just really touches base with a lot of people, and that's one of my favorite songs on the album so far, is because it just really, not a lot of songs capture that raw truth that's not necessarily a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do indeed. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's play that one for our listening audience. And why don't Cassandra? Why don't you go ahead and introduce it for everybody, and we'll get it going.
Sure. This is a song called "Something Borrowed."
but I know her memory's as good as gold. And when he looks me in the eye, I can tell he's always searching for a girl he recognizes, the one that he was certain was gonna work. And I know it's less than I deserve, but the love is old and the dress is new. Yeah, the lies are white and the tears are blue. When I walk down the aisle this time tomorrow, well, he's gonna be mine. Something borrowed, something borrowed. Well, the church is decorated and the flowers have been paid for. As much as I hate it, I am willing to wait for him to come around. And it's too late to turn back now. Oh, 'cause the love is old and the dress is new. Yeah, the lies are white and the tears are blue. When I walk down the aisle this time tomorrow, well, he's gonna be mine. Something borrowed. Yeah, I'm hoping after the honeymoon his heart will find a way to follow in the footsteps of the promises that he's made. 'Cause the love is old and the dress is new. Oh, the lies are white and the tears are blue. Oh, the love is old and the dress is new. And the lies are white and the tears are blue. When I walk down the aisle this time tomorrow, well, he's gonna be mine. Yeah, he's gonna be mine. Something borrowed, something borrowed, something borrowed, something borrowed.
Cassandra from the Railers, a little something called Something Borrowed. It's going to be on your next album?
Yes.
Yep, it'll be on the brand new stuff.
Right, right. Nice, nice. And you know what? I think I
Thank
hear
you.
I think I hear what, I don't know if it was Jonathan or who was saying about how you were using the instruments a little bit different with a little bit of a beat that was going on there. It was really nice. It was really nice. It wasn't overpowering. It was nice. Your voice is awesome in it. I think whoever gave you that song picked the right crew to do it because it was very good.
Yeah, Rebecca's the all-star on that. She was an amazing, she's got great taste, so we just absolutely fell in love with it. So thank you so much.
Well, you did it justice, absolutely. Guys, you got to let her sing more.
All she
I
wants.
do on the album.
Okay.
I'll sing more on the album, I promise.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. So, by the way, if you do get that done, please keep us in mind. And if there's any way you can shoot us a couple of those new ones, I'm sure my listening audience would love to get their hands on it. We'll help spread the word about the new album up here when you guys, get it all done and accomplished. That would be awesome.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you.
Well, and that, I don't know when you guys are out on tour, if you ever do get up in here, I always like to mention this as well. If you're ever in the area of Pennsylvania, we're about 2 hours out of New York, about an hour and a half from Philly, about an hour south of Scranton. we'd love for you to swing by the station sometime in the studios if you happen to have time and you're in the area to do like a little impromptu here. People would love it. I know they would. They would.
Yeah,
love
that would be amazing.
We love doing stuff like that. So we'll bring the breakfast for you.
Just coffee, baby. Just coffee, black and strong, just like my beer.
Yeah. Coffee and a bagel.
Well, please do keep us in mind, and at some point in time we'll get you in here somewhere if you happen to be in the area. We'd love to have you and hear about what's all new and going on and stuff like that. But speaking of where you're at, how can people find out about what's going on with the Railers? Is it as easy as a website? Are you guys social media bugs, or how does it work?
It's as easy as a website and social media and whatever you're comfortable with. So on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, our handle is @TheRailers.
Okay.
And they can always go to www.therailers.com and find our tour dates and other information about us.
Yeah, I like the picture. Is that somewhere out in Arizona where you got all four of you there?
That's actually just outside of Joshua Tree in Southern California, right on the California-Arizona border.
Yeah, and I've done some visiting out there. I love it out there. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. And that's where I saw the picture. They can see the picture where you guys were at the Grand Ole Opera with Hunter Hayes and the infamous dress.
Boys are probably so sick of hearing about that dress.
I know. That's all right. That's why I did it.
I have to hear about that dress one more time.
That's exactly why I did it.
It's to dinner every week.
Hey, you know what? That thing's probably going to be in, a Hall of Fame museum someday. You know what I'm saying? So they need to.
They may have to fight me for it.
The boys just need to pipe down someday, because I don't know if they're going to be putting your T-shirts in there. You know, I mean, I guess Keith Urban has his T-shirts in one of the museums, but. With as much press as that dress is getting.
We'll take the dress in.
All right, good stuff. So I know you guys mentioned about a new album coming out. What's new? What can your fans be looking for? Can you wink, nudge me on anything that might not have been out in the press yet?
We can't do any wink, nudge yet, but I know that we're super busy in the studio right now trying to get everything right and trying to make a record that really sounds like us. So, hopefully your fans can expect a new single coming out soon.
Okay.
And they'll just have to kind of keep their eyes peeled for it.
All right. And the best way.
Yeah, we also do this thing called Covers Undercover, and where we cover songs and kind of put our own little spin on it. So you can find all that stuff on all of our social media stuff and our YouTube channels too. So if they're just dying to see us live and we're not in their neighborhood, then they can check out those videos as well.
That's referring. I'm going to say that's referring to the Irish song and was it These Hands that were cover songs that you guys did? Is it those two off the?
Actually, These Hands was an original, and
okay.
The Irish song is actually traditional. It actually is a traditional Irish song. So we actually find covers of other bands in different genres.
Okay. And
we kind of revamp them to make them our own style. So that's kind of what we call Covers Undercover, and
okay.
Done everything from Imagine Dragons to Paul Simon and everywhere in between. So.
Oh, that's right. I remember reading something about that a little bit. Boys to Men, The Faces. You did some different stuff with those guys.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
So we like to throw it back for Thursdays every now and then.
Did Boys to Men hear what you did to one of their songs? I'm curious.
I hope not. I tried to rap, and I think that they would probably make fun of me, but that was one of the songs I sang into my hairbrush as a kid. So the boys humored me and let us all cover that for one of our videos. It's pretty hilarious. So if you want a good laugh and want to remember Motown Philly, that's the song.
That's hysterical. That's awesome. I think one of the other ones on there actually was Deathly Came a Knockin'. I like that. I love that. I love the way you guys did that one.
Thank you. That's an old spiritual too. So
yeah.
We kind of pulled from all different experiences and influences for us on that Geraldine session, and our new album will it's kind of like the melting pot, and we finally fused together all of our sounds and kind of tried to create one sonic sound. So we put our signature stamp on this one. So hopefully everybody's going to love it as much as we loved recording it, you know?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites on that CD. I absolutely love it. I
you.
love that one for sure.
Thank you.
I really do. But it's all good music, and it's all very well done, and you guys have been awesome. We're going to close out the show to remind everybody to listen in now. Just so you guys know, this whole show is recorded. We re-air it again on a Sunday morning, so if anybody missed the interview with the Railers today, they can catch it again Sunday morning. The whole show starts at 8 with the interview coming in on the second hour. And I also try to remind them, too, that your information will be up on the Wall to Wall Country show page on our website at pennspeakradio.com to track these guys down. If you want their information and read a little about them, or if you missed the interview, or you want to get their website or their Twitter page or their Facebook. Are you social media guys?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Big time. We actually run all of our social pages, so whenever you see a comment or, you know, some crazy picture, we're actually the ones posting, and we want to be able to reach out to our fans on a one-to-one level. Like, it's really fun for us to keep in touch with our fans no matter where they're from.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I think people like that when they know that you're the one actually answering a question, or if they have something, or they want to say something about your music, or they want to find out where you are. It's nice to know that the artists actually are the people reading it. I know some people get really, really busy, and I understand that it's a job in itself sometimes. Trust me.
Yeah. You know what? But it's fun for us, and we try to keep it light and fun and crazy, and you guys, the fans entertain us just as much as we try to entertain them. So
That's cool.
Keep the comments coming.
That's awesome. So you guys know that now. And to close out the show, we're going to do one more tune from you, and I think we mentioned These Hands. You want to tell us a little bit about that story?
Yeah, well, These Hands was one of the first songs that Jordan and I wrote together for this album. And, you know, we got together, and it was just me and him in my living room one day, and this beat started coming out, and it just felt really good, and so we put lyrics to it, and it's just kind of about being out and having a good time with the person that you love.
Okay.
And the idea is, you know, baby, put your loving in these hands.
Right. It's a good story. I liked it. I like that one, too. So be listening for that, guys. We're going to be playing that at the end of the show. And a quick reminder, everything about, you know, the Railers, man. Check these guys out. Jordan, Jonathan Taylor, and Cassandra making up the crew and doing a fine job with all the different instruments. And I can't thank you guys enough for all of you taking time. I know you guys are busy and crazy and always have those crazy schedules, but taking time to talk to us today on the Wall to Wall Country Show. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Casey. No problem. Thank you for having us.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in there. We're going to feature that song at the end of the show. We've got a couple of CDs we're going to give away from the Railers, so listen a little bit later on in the show for that. And again, the door's always open, guys. You happen to be heading up into the Pennsylvania area. You're kind of close when you're going to Ohio, but that's a couple hours. You're getting there. You're getting closer. New York's 2 hours maybe, you know, but you kind of hit.
We'll definitely get up and... Yeah, we'll definitely come up and cause some trouble with you.
Oh, we'd love it. We'd love it. We're the rebels of the entire corporation, so any kind of trouble we can get into, we love begging for forgiveness. We're really good at it.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Asking for permission is for wimps. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Good way to live by.
And if you make those...
Yeah, well, thank you again for having us.
No problem. And if you make those sunglasses, make sure you send me a pair, because I want one.
Got it. Done. That's the deal.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again so much. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Keep us in mind. We love you. Good luck with everything, and we hope to see you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Casey.
All right. Take care, guys. All right. Bye-bye. And there you go. The Railers, what a fun group of 4 people hanging out with us here at Penn Speak Radio. Make sure you check out their website, and it's real easy. It's just therailers.com. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They are the people who are going to chat with you. I got a couple of CDs we're going to be giving away in the next hour, so be listening for that. And, of course, more of your favorite country music. It's all coming up right here on Wall to Wall Country. Don't go anywhere.